Hola a todos, ¿qué tal? Muy buenas. Estamos aquí con Susan Calloway y hoy le vamos a entrevistar en la entrevista del evento Benéfico con Juega Terapia. ¿Y qué tal, Susan? ¿Puedes presentarte un poco ante los viewers?
So, could you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I am Susan Calloway. A lot of you guys maybe know me from Final Fantasy XIV. I'm the girl who sings Answers and Dragon Song and Revolutions. And I also do a lot of singing with the Distant Worlds Final Fantasy concert tour. So I'm so glad to be here.
Bueno, como muchos de...
No, sí,
como
sí,
muchos
sí.
de vosotros sabéis, Susan ha cantado canciones como Answers, el tema principal de Heavensward y Stormblood, y también ha participado muchas veces en Distant Worlds.
Antes de empezar la llamada, nos has hablado de que has tenido algún problemilla antes de venir con la bicicleta. ¿Nos lo puedes explicar?
So you told us before we began the live stream that you had a little incident with a certain bike.
You're gonna have to translate. Yes, I injured my ankle this week. I cut it kind of badly, so I had a mountain bike fall on my ankle.
But you're okay now.
I'm okay. It's hard to walk on it, so I'm moving a little slow.
Pues
There was a lot of blood.
Vale, pues empezamos.
Antes de hablar sobre tu participación en Final Fantasy XIV, nos gustaría saber un poquito tu trayectoria. ¿Cómo empezó tu carrera artística?
So, before we begin talking about your involvement with Final Fantasy XIV, we would like to know more about your trajectory as a professional singer. How did your career first begin?
Well, I started singing when I was very young, and I started actually doing a lot of session work, recording sessions for people here in the United States, and that's sort of how I started. And I started writing music when I was a really little girl. So that is, I started performing and singing songs that I'd written when I was about 12, and started doing a lot of, after that was getting asked to do recording sessions and things like that. And that's sort of how all of this first started. And that's how I met Arnie Roth, who is the orchestrator for Distant Worlds. And, did I lose you guys for a sec? Am I back? And that's how I got involved with Final Fantasy.
Pues Susan empezó desde muy joven, desde los 12 años. Desde esa edad ya empezaba a componer sus propias canciones y iba en los diferentes estudios cantando y componiendo. Y fue a partir de aquí donde conoció al director el director de Distant Worlds. Y fue así como se introdujo en el mundo de Final Fantasy.
Y de bien pequeña empezaste a aprender a tocar el piano, ¿verdad?
And since very young you began playing piano, right?
Yes. So
5 years.
Cinco.
Yeah. And about Distant Worlds, no, en español, perdona. En español. Sobre Distant Worlds, creo que también conociste a Nobuo Uematsu y le encantaste. ¿Cómo es trabajar con él?
So about Distant Worlds, you worked alongside Nobuo Uematsu. So what is it like to work with him?
I love working with Nobu. He is an amazing person, and it was amazing to work with him. I think the thing I appreciated the most about working with him was that he was so open to my ideas and really wanted this to be a collaboration. All the music that we worked on, he really wanted it to be something we did together, and he wanted my ideas, and he wanted me to really sing it like it was one of my own songs, which was really great. So it allowed me to sort of put my own Susan stamp on everything.
Pues al parecer Muchas es una gran persona. Lo que más le sorprendió a Susan es que es una persona que es muy abierta a ideas y a propuestas. Y se acercó a estos proyectos más como una colaboración, cosa que le permitió a Susan poner su sello de identidad en algunas canciones.
Y a eso quería ir, porque sé que siempre te piden mucho la opinión. Y por ejemplo, en la canción Answers de Final Fantasy XIV, me gustaría saber cuánto de Susan Calloway hay en esa canción.
So we've heard that you also worked, as you recently said, that you worked on the creation of some pieces like Answers. We've also noticed, as you talked, as you just said, that you enjoy a more hands-on approach on the songs as they are made. Knowing so, how much of Susan Calloway does the song Answers have?
A really good question. I think, I mean, I did not write the lyrics or the music, to the song, but I definitely gave it my own style. I think it's one of those songs that even though other artists have covered it, and I've heard actually some great artists do renditions of Answers, which I think is amazing. And I'm also very flattered that they would want to cover that song. But I think just the way that I sing and the way I approached it is very unique to me. So I think like just the style, the power of it, and its Answers is such an amazing, moving story. And I really just tried to put a lot of emotion into it and really tell the story from that, from that place of Heidelin, that kind of preparing everyone for this battle and kind of encouraging them and reminding them to keep in mind that the world is going to be okay and that, salvation is coming and all those wonderful, positive things. So there was a lot to think about to do that. But I certainly tried to bring that across. So I think that's maybe unique to me. Some singers don't put maybe as much emotion or thought into their work. And I think that's something I really tried to do. I know it's a really long answer.
It's okay. I'll try my best. I'm doing some quick notes here as you speak. Pues aunque Susan no hizo ni la letra ni la música, aún así se empeña mucho en darle su propio estilo. Ha escuchado muchos covers de la canción Answers y lo que ella cree que la diferencia de otros covers es su propio estilo. La fuerza y el proceso que le da a la hora de interpretar al personaje de Heidelin, que es quien canta. La interpretación de una voz fuerte que da la esperanza de que todo saldrá bien al final.
Sí, la verdad que Answers ahora, sobre todo con esta expansión, ha significado mucho para nosotros.
Basically, Answers means a lot to the Final Fantasy community, especially with this last expansion, in which we face Heidelin herself. There's a little variation of the Answers theme that plays on the background.
That's what I hear.
Y sobre todas las canciones que has hecho en Final Fantasy XIV, como Answers, Dragon Song, Revolutions, ¿cuál es la que más te ha gustado?
So, of all the songs you lend your voice to for different Final Fantasy songs like Answers, Revolution, which one did you enjoy the most?
I mean, I like Dragon Song. I think it's a beautiful song, but I still think Answers is my favorite, especially just because there's just something about it. It's such a unique song, and it has so many pieces to it. It has this like intimate part, it has a very big part, and because of that, it's going to always be such a special song. And it's the song that really brought me to so many more fans. So it has a lot of significance to me that way. Kind of some nostalgia, to me as well. So.
Aunque para Susan Dragon Song es una de sus favoritas, Answers es la primera. Es una canción con muchas piezas, piezas íntimas, piezas grandes. Y sobre todo es una canción a la que le tiene mucho aprecio, porque es la canción con la que se introdujo a la comunidad y es la canción que la acercó a los fans.
Y bueno, estaríamos hablando de Final Fantasy XIV todo el día. Pero también me interesa en los otros proyectos que tiene Susan ahora o tendrá en un futuro. ¿Qué otros proyectos tienes pendientes? ¿O no, o pendientes en el futuro más próximo?
Although we could be talking about Final Fantasy all day and your amazing contribution to its music, we'd also like to know more about your personal projects. So, what other projects are you currently participating on, or what others did you work on?
All kinds of things. So I'll give you a little sample. I mean, I'm going to be joining Distant Worlds again for a number of shows for they're doing a new 35th anniversary choral. It's called the Choral Tour. I saw a few people in the chat ask about Barcelona. I'm not going to be in Barcelona this time. I wish, but I hope. I'm sure once things settle down and we move past this special tour that's being done, it'll just, when it goes back to just the classic, Final Fantasy Distant Worlds tour, I'm sure there's a very good chance that I will be asked to join because I haven't played there before. So I'm sure that I will at some point be included because I know they really like to add variety, to all of the shows. And the fact that I haven't been there increases the odds. So if you want to share that, and then I can, I'll respond more to the rest of the stuff in a minute if you want.
Bueno, como muchos sabéis, Distant Worlds es el proyecto con el que más ha participado y ha visto en el chat que habéis estado preguntando por Distant Worlds en Barcelona y por desgracia no podrá asistir. Pero cuando las cosas se cambien un poco, cuando Distant Worlds vuelva a su tour clásico, hay muchos números de que participe porque es un lugar en el que no ha estado todavía. Así que no perdáis la esperanza.
Awesome.
People in chat.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, people in chat want to pay you the flight to go to Barcelona.
I would love to go. I would love to go up to Barcelona. Let's do it. Petition. You can always leave messages for Final Fantasy Distant Worlds. Leave messages that you want me to come, and that definitely helps. They listen. So if you really are excited about that idea, let them know because it does help. So.
All right. So for next week, we're gonna host another event. We're gonna raise funds and collect signs to bring Susan Calloway to Barcelona.
Don't tell us twice. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. But do you want me to answer the other part of the question? Just more of my personal projects?
Yes.
Certainly.
Okay, awesome. So as far as other things I'm doing, I'm working on two things. I'm working on my new platform online. I'm going to be doing a Twitch concert every month that's going to feature some of my music and then also some of the Final Fantasy songs. So I hope everyone will follow me on Twitch. And the best way to stay in touch with what I'm working on is actually to join my mailing list. I have an email list. And you can do that on my website, susancalloway.com. And if you join, you actually get a free song from me. So I would encourage everyone to sign up, and you can stay up with all the different things I'm doing because there's so many. I'm also doing a lot of artist coaching. I'm also a certified life coach. So I actually help streamers and content creators develop their platforms. I also do a lot of artist coaching, like vocal coaching and songwriting coaching. And then I also have a private fan community that's called Calloway Nation, and you can sign up for that on my website as well. And we have some really cool stuff. That's my store there. But Calloway Nation is really awesome. It's a amazing fan community, and we interact all the time. We have a private texting community. There's private events every month that we have celebrities on, like a celebrity live chat. There it is, right there. And so you can check out that. It's got a streamer highlight where I actually help streamers promote their channel. There's all kinds of stuff. So we also do a monthly hangout on Zoom, which is really great. But my favorite thing about Calloway Nation, everyone, is that it's really become this amazing group of friends. We really have become almost like a family. And it's amazing the friendships and stuff that are being built through this fan club. And so I really, really love that about it. And your contribution, obviously, I try to keep it super affordable, and your contribution obviously helps me keep creating cool stuff and work on more music. I've got a lot of new recordings I'm working on right now, and this just kind of helps me do that. So So it's awesome. And my fan club are also the people that I listen to the most as far as who gets to decide, what maybe new Final Fantasy song I might be covering or performing as I start these new streaming concerts. So it's a really, my fan club's really important to me, and they definitely get my first quality attention always goes to my fan club. So I know that was a lot.
It's alright. I might run out of paper though.
También puedo hablar yo si quieres sobre la marcha.
Bueno, si me quieres ayudar, Chona, también. Quizás se me haya pasado algo por alto.
Vale.
Pues Susan está ahora mismo con 2 proyectos. Uno es su plataforma en Twitch, en el que hace un concierto en directo una vez al mes. También podéis seguirla en su página web.
Es el Twitch.
Donde ofrece varios servicios como coaching, son unos coachings de estilo de vida y coaching también para artistas, en lo que vosotros podéis contactar con Susan, presentarle un proyecto que estéis haciendo y ella pues os puede dar consejos, dirección, etcétera, etcétera.
Aquí en la web podéis ver la sección esta. Sí.
Ahí está. Y sobre todo, una cosa que Susan le tiene mucho aprecio de esos proyectos que está haciendo ahora mismo, es una cosa que se llama la Calloway Nation. Es básicamente un fandom donde hablan entre ellos, se envían proyectos, etcétera, etcétera. Y básicamente para ella es una gran familia, es un grupo de amigos y podéis uniros a través de su página web.
También ayuda un poquito a promocionar a los streamers, que veo aquí hace streamer highlights. También es verdad que tiene un Discord y podéis uniros a él, y si sois fans y os apuntáis a esto, pues también tendréis un rol especial. También hace vídeos de cumpleaños. Hay mucha información en esta web que os he puesto en el chat, si queréis entrar y revisarla. Pues ahí tenéis toda la información.
And the birthday video, those are the best.
Los vídeos de aniversario.
Sí. Los vídeos de aniversario son los mejores, dice.
Sí.
Vale, vemos que sí. A ver, aquí el coaching. Es que tenía una pregunta sobre el coaching. Vale, ¿cómo funcionan las clases de coaching?
So, how do the coaching classes work? Para artistas, ¿no?
Sí.
Yeah, well,
Coaching classes for artists.
Yes, they're private Zoom classes with me, and the best thing to do is actually to sign up for a private Zoom. So what you would do is click on that link that says, sign up for a free Zoom consultation with Susan. And then we would set up a time where we can talk about what your goals are as an artist and as a singer or a songwriter. And then I can talk to you about the different types of coaching that I think would be best for you. But they're private. It's really like taking private lessons. I mean, that's what this is. It's private vocal lessons, private, songwriting lessons. And a lot of my students I'm coaching both those things. A lot of my students are singer-songwriters who write music and they perform, or they're trying to learn how to sing. Some of them sing in theater, or they sing at school, or they sing in the choir, and they just want to get better, So everyone has like different goals. So I work with you on that, and you can either meet with me twice a month, or you can meet every week. It just depends on how much time you have and your budget and things like that. So, but I really enjoy working with artists. So it's been so much fun to set up this platform and to see people growing and to share something that I love so much with up and coming singers and songwriters is really very rewarding. So.
Pues la forma en cómo funcionan las clases de coaching para artistas, podéis ver aquí que Chona os está compartiendo la página web de Susan. Básicamente funcionan con clases de Zoom privadas. Tanto ya seas como un cantante o músico o compositor o cualquier cosa que hay por en medio, puedes contactar con Susan y recibir consejos, direcciones y da igual si lo que quieres es cantar mejor para el colegio o si quieres dedicarte al mundo profesional. Ella está encantada de ayudar y trabajar con todo tipo de artistas.
También tenía otra pregunta. Que en tu web oficial también tienes distintas secciones, pero hay una que se llama Scar Stories, donde, bueno, en YouTube también están los vídeos, donde hablas del trauma, depresión, ansiedad, dolor. ¿Puedes hablarnos un poquito sobre este proyecto?
So in your official website, there are a section that we'd like to talk about, which is called Scar Stories.
Yeah.
This is a series of YouTube videos in which you address important themes like trauma, depression, anxiety, and pain. Could you
Yes.
talk with us about that project of yours?
Yes, for sure. I'm so glad you asked. One of my new platforms I'm going to be announcing in September is actually called Susan Calloway Soul. And this side of my career is going to be a little less focused on video games. And it's more about me as an artist and the songs that I write, and also some of the inspirational things that I'm going to be creating. I have a really strong faith in God, and that part of my life, that spiritual part of my life, is a big part of what I do with like life coaching, for example, which is another type of coaching I offer. And Scar Stories was sort of born out of that, of my desire to really provide a show, a podcast that could inspire my fans. And, you know, we have these different themes that we've chosen. It's been a little bit on a hiatus right now. We took a little bit of break, but it's going to be coming back this fall. But I did some different series and different topics. And it's really, the theme of this show is really that even the hardest things that we go through in life, sometimes those things actually become our defining moment. And even no matter how hard things are, whether it's a sickness or maybe some kind of trauma that's happened to you, or maybe it's something in your family or whatever has happened, that there is a way to turn that around and actually use it to help other people and to strengthen even you as a person. You know, I think we grow through difficulty, and I think there is a way through it. And so I really try to find guests that I think are inspiring, and we cover different themes, you know, like I did like a theme on addiction, for example. We talked about everything from tech addiction to alcohol to drugs to, you know, I forget what else is on there. I have to look. But we talk about these different types of addiction, and that's something we can all relate to, you know, because even if we don't struggle with it, we probably know someone that does. And so that becomes a really powerful topic to kind of share, because I really want my fans to know that they're not alone, and that, you know, creating a community around not only my music and the podcast, or whether it's even the Final Fantasy music, that the person behind all this stuff is actually this person that really cares about them and wants to create a really warm environment where people can build friendships and get support if they need it. And that's why I have all these different things, because I want to, you know, I really want to be a blessing to my fans. And whether it's the music I write or the covers of, you know, Final Fantasy music, or the podcast or the coaching, whatever I'm creating, or even the fan club too, these are all ways that we can connect, and I can hopefully be a blessing and an encouragement to you guys. So
That's lovely. That's very nice of you.
thank you.
Pues,
I know I said a lot.
pues Scar Stories es una serie de podcasts que estrenará en septiembre. Se llama Susan Calloway Soul. En estos podcasts, Susan habla desde su lado más artista y espiritual, y lo que quiere es proveer un podcast en el que pueda inspirar a los fans, porque ya sea cuando sean los momentos difíciles en los que la gente esté pasando, ya sea en ellos mismos o un ser querido, un amigo, etc., cree que podemos crecer a partir de las dificultades, y esto es precisamente lo que Susan quiere proveer a la gente: un podcast donde hablar, escuchar y aprender de estos momentos difíciles y convertirnos en mejores personas. Básicamente lo que desea Susan de verdad es estar en contacto con sus fans, ya sean de su propia música personal o los fans de Final Fantasy que la conocen a través del juego, y hacerles saber que detrás de esa canción, detrás de esa voz, hay una persona de verdad que se preocupa y que quiere lo mejor para sus fans.
En estos podcasts me fijé que en el canal de YouTube no estabas sola, estabas creo que con un psicólogo hablando de traumas, de ansiedad, de depresión. Susan, la versión Soul, ¿también estarás acompañado?
También puedes preguntarlo tú en inglés, Chona.
Ah, vale. Lo puedo intentar. Lo puedo intentar. Ahora, si quieres, lo repito. I've seen your videos on YouTube and Scar Stories. And I think, I don't remember which one. I think the depression, anxiety, and another one, trauma. You were with a psychologist, I think. On the Soul version, will you be alone or with him as well?
No, we haven't decided yet. I think he is going to be maybe joining me for more of these, but we're still kind of putting together what the new show is going to be. So he may be involved in some. I really like adding him because he's, I love Keith because he actually is a gamer. He's a video game guy and he's a psychologist and he has a lot of insight, and he brings sort of some clinical expertise to some of the things that we discuss, which I think is kind of nice because it gives the show some credibility and people know they're getting some really good information. It's not just my opinion, because what do I know, right? I mean,
Right.
So that's that kind of I think that's helpful,
Pues lo que ha preguntado Chona es que en algunos Scar Stories se ha dado cuenta de que hay un psicólogo que también ayuda en su podcast. Y así es, en algunas Scar Stories cuenta con el apoyo de un psicólogo que básicamente lo que hace es dar credibilidad a lo que es este proyecto.
Pues tenemos muchas ganas de ver esto porque los vídeos de YouTube a mí me han gustado mucho. Los últimos que hay de trauma, ansiedad, depresión están muy bien. Os lo recomiendo a todos que lo veáis en su canal de YouTube. Luego os pasaré los links de todo, ¿vale? I said that I watched the anxiety videos, the depression ones. I think they are good, and I recommend the people to check them out because they are great. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm glad. I'm actually surprised a lot of the fans have liked the podcast so much because I know it seems kind of, like why am I doing a podcast? I mean, I'm a musician, right? And I'm a singer and I like music. But I think, how it started, you guys, is I had a song I put out last year called Favorite Scar. And as a promotion, I did a live chat and I kind of asked everybody, hey, this is kind of about us. Like the whole idea of the song is that, we sometimes learn through our mistakes, that we might have these scars because of mistakes that we've made, but we can learn so much through them, and so I kind of started this thing to promote the new single of like, hey, what's your scar story? Like we all have a scar story, we all have something that we've had to overcome or that has been hard for us, that maybe it's something we're ashamed of, or maybe it's something that we just can't get over. Maybe it's a problem or an addiction, like you said, or maybe it's just depression or our self-esteem, like we've struggled, or maybe it's an eating disorder, which is one of the things we actually covered. We covered eating disorders too. But we all have something, and I was just amazed at the response. Like so many fans came to the chat and were sharing what they've gone through and things they've struggled with, and I thought, well, I don't want to stop this. Like, and maybe instead of doing a live chat every week, maybe this should be a show. Maybe it should be a podcast to just kind of provide something to sort of, encourage and mentor, and something that you can listen to, in the course of your week that's going to just kind of help make your day brighter, maybe give you some ideas on how to deal with things better, and just so that you feel you're not as alone, you don't feel as alone, So that's sort of how, in a little more detail, how I came up with it. So
it helps.
Pues básicamente a Susan le sorprendió mucho la buena acogida que tuvo su proyecto de Scar Stories. Básicamente todo esto empezó con una composición que se llama Favorite Scar. I got it right. Básicamente fue una promoción de este proyecto en el que trata temas de depresión, ansiedad, incluso también desórdenes alimenticios. Y al ver la buena acogida que tenía este proyecto, dijo, ¿por qué no hacer esto más a menudo y convertirlo en un proyecto serio? Y lo tiró adelante.
Pues ahora, apartándonos un poquito más del tema de la web y todo, hace poco te vimos colaborando con Alex Mccalla en la canción Closing the Distance, que está sonando un poquito de fondo, así instrumentalmente. Yo también aporté mi voz en ese proyecto junto con unos cuantos amigos, pero claro, no podemos tener la misma voz. Bueno, yo no puedo tener la misma voz que tú. ¿Cómo fue tu experiencia con el vídeo y trabajar con Alex Mccalla?
We noticed your participation in the collaborative video with Alex Mccalla with the song Closing the Distance. Chuck Ferro and some other content creators of the Spanish community also lend their voices too, although not as well as you did. So, how was your experience working with Alex Mccalla?
I love working with Alex. He's awesome. He is such a kind, talented guy. And I actually did an interview with him for my fan club, which is one of the things that Calloway Nation offers. We do a celebrity interview every month that is not available to the public. And he actually came on and we did a live chat and hung out. And I love Alex. I love working with him. And I thought, I love the idea of what he did and how he brought everyone together. And I love too that he created a place where not only was he featuring people that are working on the game, but he actually included the fans and asked them to sing. And I think it's a beautiful thing when we can all, be involved in like doing something musical together like that. I think it's really powerful. And I love that. I love that about it.
Mm. Well,
so it was awesome.
¿Ya?
Sí.
Trabajar con Alex Mccalla fue genial. Es una persona maravillosa, talentoso. Y hice una entrevista, de hecho, con él en su programa Calloway Nation. Lo que más le gustó de Alex Mccalla es sus ideas, sus propuestas, y también le encantó cómo involucró a los fans en su vídeo.
Sí, la verdad que era un vídeo que la canción Closing the Distance nos ha llegado a muchos. Y fue todo un espectáculo de vídeo. Alex Mccalla preparó.
The Closing the Distance is a song that's very close to a lot of Final Fantasy XIV players. It's a very emotional song, and it's a great video that Alex managed to pull through.
Y nos has hablado de tu siguiente proyecto, que es el de Soul. ¿Tienes algún proyecto más en mente, aparte de esto?
So you told us about your project called Soul, but do you have any other project in the works?
I'm working on I'm working on a bunch of new songs right now, and I'm going to be recording them this fall and releasing them probably one a month for the next year. So I'm working on that. And then the other thing I'm focusing on is live streaming concerts. Starting in September, I'm going to be doing a live streaming concert on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube every month. And they're all going to be different. The streaming concerts on Twitch will include video game covers. In fact, a lot of fans have asked me to do Close in the Distance, so I may be adding that to my set, which would be kind of fun.
That's cool.
So I'm doing that. Yeah, so I might be doing that. And then the other streams, especially like the YouTube and the Facebook stream, is more, those are going to be sort of more focused on my own music and stories and kind of inspiration, things that I've gone through. I'm going to be hopefully be a really encouraging hour of just, me sharing with everyone about, why I wrote some of these songs and things that I've learned and gone through, and hopefully it'll be really uplifting and encouraging. That's the goal of it for me. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm sure it will grow into other things from there. And then of course, the Scar Stories will be starting up again too. I'm just not sure when. It's probably going to be like a end of the year startup. So.
Pues los nuevos proyectos que está preparando Susan, va a hacer nuevas canciones una vez al mes a partir de otoño. Aparte de eso, también hará conciertos en directo en Facebook, Twitch y YouTube. En Twitch básicamente se centrará sobre todo en covers de juegos, y curiosamente la canción que más solicitada es Closing the Distance. En Facebook y en YouTube, su música estará más centrada en su propia música, sus historias, y básicamente para animar y apoyar a los fans.
Y sobre Distant Worlds tenía otra pregunta. He visto que has cantado muchas canciones de Final Fantasy como Eyes on Me, Melodies of Life. ¿Vas a cantar algunas más recientes de Final Fantasy más recientes? Lo puedo preguntar yo si quieres, así,
Uh,
así como que es una nueva.
Oh, tranquilo. So we noticed that on Distant Worlds, you sing songs like Eyes on Me and Melodies of Life, but we're also interested in knowing if you'll sing more modern songs, more recent songs.
Do you mean will I be singing them with Distant Worlds?
Yes,
Sorry?
on Distant Worlds.
Yeah.
No, I may. I'm not sure. That is something. I mean, Arnie is always adding new material to the show, and I think we haven't, because of COVID, we haven't had a chance to really build the show or add new material that I'm going to be singing in a while because we haven't been able to work together. So this first show that I'm going to be doing in Pittsburgh in September is the first time I've sung with Distant Worlds in 2 years. So actually 3 years, because I think 19. Well, no, I was touring still in 2019, but like 2020, 2021, there was no concert. So it's been actually 3 years. So it's been a while. But I know we're always adding new things. So it's very possible there will be new songs. So I'm hoping that would be really fun to add some new ones. I think we're ready for that. So.
Os habréis dado cuenta, los que habéis estado siguiendo en Distant Worlds, que en los últimos 2-3 años pues no han habido tours. Eso es cosa debido al COVID, por desgracia. Pero las canciones que canta Susan dependen mucho de las decisiones del director. Pero tiene muchas esperanzas de que sé que podrá cantar canciones más recientes y que la verdad es que tiene muchas ganas de cantar canciones más modernas.
Y ahora que habíamos sacado el tema del COVID, sabemos que fue un duro golpe para muchos artistas y nos gustaría saber a ver cómo afectó tu carrera profesional en ese sentido. Sabemos que en Distant Worlds pues no han sacado muchos conciertos por este motivo. Y queremos saber a ver cómo lo has llevado tú estos años.
So in the last few years, COVID has been a very harsh hit to every professional artist. So we know that because of Distant Worlds has not done any tours in the last few years. So how did that influence your professional career?
Influenced it hugely. It was pretty hard. It was hard because it was all of a sudden, everything that I did was completely eliminated. So it was definitely a challenging time. But I think sometimes even in that situation, you have to choose your attitude. And I used it as a chance to really reevaluate and think about what I wanted to do differently and how I could create something that would even be more special for the fans. And I think that's where I came up with Scar Stories. And that's when I started the private fan club. And just started focusing on things to make a more personal connection with my fans, that no matter where they lived, and even if we couldn't see them in person through the tour, that we could use our computers, we could connect that way and be able to connect. And I think we learned a lot through COVID that actually we can stay connected a little better than maybe we thought we could by using Zoom and by using these other tools. So to me, it became a fun challenge of how can I build my career differently, instead of, because that was very frustrating at first, because obviously I basically lost my job, so that's not so easy financially.
Right.
But it also challenged me to create some new things, which I'm very grateful for, because I think it's going to open up, new things even moving forward. And, because I love working, or, I love connecting more personally with the fans. And again, the fan club and the podcast and, all the different platforms that are now available online. It's really, and even the coaching, it's been, it just kind of forces you to a different, into a different path. So.
el COVID ha afectado mucho a la carrera de Susan como a cualquier otro artista, pero ella se lo ha tomado más bien como un desafío y una oportunidad para reevaluar su carrera y su arte. Em, y lo ha hecho de forma que se ha centrado más en estar en contacto con sus fans, hacer contenido para ellos directamente. Y de aquí también surgió todo el proyecto de Scar Stories, donde contacta con sus fans en privado y lo ha encontrado como una oportunidad de conectar con gente de todo el mundo, ya sea del país que sea, aunque ni siquiera se puedan ver en persona. Y se lo ha tomado como un proyecto personal y un desafío, el reevaluar su arte, su carrera, y también se lo ha tomado como una oportunidad para estar con un contacto más estrecho con sus fans.
Y ahora que Final Fantasy XIV sigue siendo bastante famoso, ¿crees que en algún futuro podremos escucharte en alguna canción de alguna expansión, algún parche? ¿Podrás trabajar con el equipo de Final Fantasy XIV otra vez?
So now that Final Fantasy XIV is quite a popular game, it's been like so for a while. Do you think there will be any chance that we might hear you in any expansion or patch?
That would be great. Most of my involvement with the music in the game has been through Nobu-san, through Nobu Uematsu, who you guys know. And he is a dear friend of mine, and that is sort of how I got involved with Final Fantasy. So I haven't worked with Soken on any of his music really so much. I mean, I've worked with him on the Fan Fest, which was very fun, you know. And we also did like a piano. They did like a piano concert recording that Square Enix released that features me as well. That Soken, I think, produced that as well. But I have not, you know, at this point, I don't know. I mean, I would love to. I mean, I've sung 3 songs, so I don't want to be greedy. But it would be a pleasure to work on more music for Final Fantasy XIV. So hopefully, I would love to be included in something else. I guess we'll just see, you know. I know there's a lot of great singers that they use, so, you know. We will see if I get to be on something else. So you guys can always request it.
Oh, absolutely.
We miss you.
A Susan le gustaría mucho poder participar en más canciones de Final Fantasy. La forma en como ella accedió a todo el proyecto de Final Fantasy fue gracias a Uematsu, a Nobuo Uematsu. Y ahora que Soken es el director de música, por así decirlo, de Final Fantasy XIV, pues todavía no ha tenido la oportunidad de trabajar con él. Ha colaborado con él en un fanfest, pero más allá de esto todavía tiene que forjar contactos, por así decirlo, con Soken. Pero aún así eso no quita de que tiene muchas ganas de volver a prestar su voz en expansiones o en proyectos futuros de Final Fantasy.
La gente realmente quiere que vayas a los conciertos de Distant Worlds, ¿eh? Creo que vamos a tener que empezar un request.
People really want to have you again in Distant Worlds.
Barcelona,
we think we'll have to,
Spain.
In Barcelona and Spain. We think we'll have to begin to make another band to gather some signs.
It would be awesome. And you know, one thing that I'm really excited about that I'm hoping I will get a chance to do, I want to share with you, is that, you know, if you come to my streams, which again, please sign up on my email list, because that's how you will be alerted to these different streams I'm going to be doing this fall. I'm hoping to build a community around the streams. And if it becomes a popular platform, I'm hoping to maybe do an in-person concert tour of maybe myself, you know, maybe coming as a solo artist, as, you know, playing piano and guitar and doing some performing that way, both in the United States and then maybe also in Europe and Barcelona. So that would be another possibility. So if you love my music and you love my voice, I really love your support as I try to build this stream, because it's a great place for us to, you know, make all that stuff happen. So, because I would love nothing more. You know, I love performing so much.
Si os unís a la lista de emails de Susan, si sus streams consiguen la suficiente popularidad, existe la posibilidad de que ella haga tours en persona en diferentes lugares, incluidos, por supuesto, Barcelona. ¿Me he perdido algo, Chona, de ahí?
No, ya
Creo que
está.
me he perdido algo.
Estaba mostrando. I was showing the website. I think I'm in the right spot, right? In Connect.
Yeah, we're showing the email list.
That's if you want to send me a message, that page, but the bottom part of it is where you sign up on the email.
The
right
subscribe
there. Yeah,
one,
always.
right?
Yeah, subscribe.
Subscribe, exactly.
Sí, si
Vale,
apuntáis
pues ahí
aquí.
ahí es donde tenéis que ir para suscribiros a la
Exactly.
lista del grupo de fans de Susan, para que estéis notificados de sus diferentes streams.
Oh, and you know what else we should show everyone, you guys?
Yep.
I forgot about this. You know,
What?
go to my store for a minute. Go to the, at the
Yes.
top, go to the store.
The store.
I want to show everyone too. I have a new store also I just want to share with everyone. And I had an artist actually design
It's
an
pretty
anime
cool.
for me, and it's on a bunch of stuff. You can get it on a bag, on a water bottle, a phone case, and then if you scroll down, there's hoodies and all kinds of stuff. If you keep scrolling right here, scroll down a little bit more if you could. There you go. See, t-shirts and hoodies. But the bag has been very popular. A lot of people like that tote bag. There's a notebook, there's a hat, there's a mug, there's all kinds of fun Susan Calloway anime goodies. So it's never too early to start shopping for Christmas, you know?
Yeah, some people on the stream are already saying that their wallets are going to be gone.
Awesome. But no, it's really, there's going to be new stuff added, you know, next month. We're working on even more stuff, but this is like our first batch of goodies for you guys, so wanted to share that.
And the song review, I'm checking now. Studio vocal performance and song review as well.
Yep, exactly. I have a lot of fans that will ask me to review their music and help them with production, so I figured I would create something where people could actually, you know, hire me to do that, you know, that was like kind of affordable, and because I am a music producer, it's another part of what I do. I produce a lot of music for television and advertising and movies, all kinds of things, and that becomes a way I can help also. If you're a musical person, maybe you don't need vocal lessons or something like that, but you're working on a new track and you want some help, you want maybe another opinion or some mix advice, or you're having trouble with the instrumentation or something like that. So that becomes another way that I can be useful, you know? And I get the same request for vocal stuff. You know, people ask me, can I add your voice to this? Can you sing, you know, a background part or something like that? So I figured I would create something where I can help, you know? And that's what that's about as well. So I figured, why not? A lot of messages for that stuff, so.
I might send you some of my own songs for you to review.
There you go, see? I would love to. I would love to. Another opinion helps a lot. It can really, you know, song production is really amazing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. Aquí en la página web, aparte del general merchandising que hay aquí, también está el servicio de reviews en el que puedes enviar vuestras canciones y Susan nos puede ayudar en cuanto a lo que es no solo la interpretación de voz, el canto, etcétera, sino también la producción de sonido, porque también ella es productora y ha trabajado para televisión en anuncios y etcétera. Y que le encanta.
Oh,
sorry?
I just want, you know, you should also tell them everything in the store has free shipping also.
Oh,
that's
very important. That's very important. Considering we're from different countries. Pues,
even if it's in a different country, so that is a huge thing. That's why some of the prices are a little more than I would like, but that's because it's all in. It's everything. So.
Well, sometimes shipping is half of the pricing sometimes, so that's a huge bonus.
On Square Enix website it is.
Exactly. shipping. That's why we just wanted to make it easy for people. So it's free shipping. So that's, you know, the price you see is that's it. It's no more than that. It's just,
That's what you pay, yeah.
Que sepáis entonces que lo que veis aquí en la tienda de merchandising, los envíos son gratis.
El precio ya incluye el envío, seáis del país que seáis. Así, eso está muy bien porque las webs, por ejemplo, de Square Enix, ya habéis tenido experiencia algunos, que compráis incluso un CD de 10 euros, pero el envío vale 15 o incluso 20 a veces. Así que está muy bien que ya te incluya todo el envío y que lo que compres es lo que pagas y ya está.
Habría que mirar la conversión de dólares a euros, pero...
Nos sale favorable, en principio, pero sí.
Sí, sí. Yeah. We should look at the conversion between dollars to euros. But it works out better for us.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's great.
¿Hay alguna cosa más que nos quieras contar de tu web o de tus futuros proyectos? Ya tenemos la web, tenemos el Twitch, el Facebook, sabemos que irás a Distant Worlds. No sé si quieres añadir algo más. Lo digo yo en inglés, ¿vale?
Vale.
We talked about your website, the Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and future concerts live, and Distant Worlds. Are we missing something? Do you want to add something else?
Well, I mean, I think we talked about the fan club, Calloway Nation. We also talked.
Yeah.
Now, at this point, I don't have an interpreter to work with us at Calloway Nation. So if you don't speak English, it might be a little frustrating. But if the fan club continues to grow like it is, we may add a Spanish section.
Ooh.
So that might be something to consider for future. So definitely stay in touch if it's something you're interested in, but you're like, I don't know if I'll be able to, understand it. So
Dether is good at translating.
Well, I try my best. Pues como podéis ver aquí, aparte de la página web, de sus conciertos en directo, de su canal de Twitch y YouTube, está Calloway Nation, que es básicamente el club privado de fans de Susan. Y si recibe suficientes propuestas, como es un servicio que es solo en inglés, quizá para vosotros, los que no habláis o no entendéis muy bien el inglés, quizá es un poco frustrante. Pero si hay la suficiente motivación y si hay gente que lo pide, pues incluso podría abrir una sección en castellano, en español.
Pues ya llevamos una hora. Creo que hemos abarcado bastante tema. No la tendremos en Europa para Distant Worlds, pero bueno, que le seguiremos de muy de cerca. Bueno, sí, tradúcele si quieres eso.
Well, we're very sad that we won't have you in personal Distant Worlds.
Wait, sorry, you cut out for a second on my end.
Basically, we're very sad that we won't see you in Barcelona's Distant Worlds. We were really hoping to see you there.
We will check the live concert on Twitch, and I hope you and the soul ones as well. The podcast, yes. I'm really interested in that. I really like the YouTube ones.
Thank you. And my YouTube channel is going to be growing, and we're doing a lot of new things right now. So stay tuned, because it's going to, the new website is just the beginning. We're going to be rebranding some of the channels. I'm actually going to be starting a second YouTube channel. And just trying to make the channels a little more focused for certain things, like one more for Final Fantasy fans, and then one that's more about Star Stories and Susan Calloway soul and my music, just kind of dividing those up a little bit. So I'm really excited about all of it. So, and of course, I welcome everyone to check out all of it. So the best way to do that, sign up for my email list, and we'll keep you up to speed with everything. So
that's a lot of stuff. You actually do love being on the move.
I know, it is a lot, actually. See, no wonder I dropped a bike on my foot.
Pensé que ibas a traducirlo, vale. Pues, no, tranqui. Sí, hemos dicho lo mismo de antes. Pues eso, que llevamos ya una hora aquí. Nos ha gustado muchísimo tener a Susan Calloway con nosotros. Que sepáis que el evento benéfico sigue hasta el domingo. Espero que os animéis a seguir donando para los niños. Esperemos que en un futuro, quién sabe, volvamos a entrevistar a Susan. Si todo va bien, pues cada año seguiremos haciendo un evento benéfico y quién sabe, nunca se sabe.
Quizá puedas contratar a un traductor profesional.
A ti te lo contrataré. Lo has hecho muy bien. I said that we have one. It has been already 1 hour, and we appreciate having you today here. And we're doing this benefic event, no, charity event, right? In English,
Right.
Charity event.
Yeah, we're doing a charity event. Yes.
And we will continue until Sunday. We're so grateful to have you here today.
Oh, thank you.
I hope in the future we can have you again.
I would love it. Let's do it again. Let's do it this fall. No, I so appreciate you having me on. It is wonderful to hang out with you and talk to you. So thank you so much. And I appreciate you sharing all the things that I'm working on with everyone. So, I'm all about building this community and adding something really special for you guys. So I love hearing from you and, hope to get to know all of you a little bit better. So thank you for having me.
And
thank you so much for being here today with us.
Be careful with the bike.
I know, I gotta be careful. I'm just,
I hope you can recover soon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will be just fine, don't worry. Sending so much love back, you guys. Thank you so much for the chat. Love you too. Thank you.
It's been our pleasure.
Pues muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí. Muchas gracias, Dether. Thank you very much, Susan, for coming today here. And
my pleasure.
See you again the next time.
All right. Sounds good.
Hope to see you soon.
All right. Sounds good. I'll see
Bye.
you.
Take care.